Good afternoon. How are you? Nice to meet you. I'm also good. Thanks for asking. Okay, are you a student or are you working? You are a student. Which department are you studying? I mean to say technical field, non-technical field, or which background are you studying? Okay, you are studying in technical field. What is your branch name? Computer science. Okay, so nice. Do you want to enhance your English speaking or do you want to just interact with co-learner? You want to enhance your English speaking. I want to enhance my English speaking. That's why I am using this platform. You know, as a Indian, we don't have partner to interact with anyone 24 hours in English, and we don't have atmosphere to interact with anyone. That's why we people depend in this kind of platform to interact with language learner, and we get chance to interact with them, right? 10 to 20 minutes. Yeah, and then we take one topic. It is a better for us because you are also language learner, I'm also language learner. Then we discuss that topic, then it is a better for us. Yeah, then do you have any topic or shall I tell one topic? Okay, I tell one topic. Topic is how to enhance vocabulary. You tell about your opinion, I will tell about my opinion, because we are discuss grammar, vocabulary, language, fluency, right? Then we can get little bit idea how to enhance our language, how to build our confidence. Then we become a good speaker, right? Because we have to know about this technique and formula also, because if you want to learn language, then you have to uh, learn also vocabulary, and you have to improve also vocabulary. Then you can speak better way, and you can explain your thought in front of anyone, right? You can convey your message. If you have enough vocabulary inside your head, right, then while interact with others, then your mind provide so many sentences and you can interact with them long time, right? No need to worry about language, and while interact with them you never stop, right? Then first of all, do you want to tell or shall I tell about my opinion? Okay, I will tell about my opinion. It is my opinion. You know, vocabulary is a backbone of language. If you can speak better English, then you have to learn vocabulary and you have to speak also vocabulary. Yep. Then you can learn also so many things. Otherwise, you cannot speak also perfectly, right? Yeah. Then first of all, we have to read also book, and if you read so many book, lots of book, and you have to collect that daily use vocabulary, then you can make sentences and you can tell also, means while interact with others. That's why we, if you take any dictionary and if you learn vocabulary, but after some time if you forget that vocabulary, and if you interact with someone and you cannot use that vocabulary, then it is a passive vocabulary, right? If you use that vocabulary, then that is a active vocabulary. Then people that don't have knowledge about language, but they focus, first of all they focus vocabulary, how to improve their vocabulary. They take dictionary and they try to remember per day 5, 6, 10 vocabulary inside their head, right? But while interact with others, they forget, right? Vocabulary, language is a learnable skill. if you interact with different mentality people, different professional people, then you can use that vocabulary, then immediately means remember inside your head, right? Your brain remember, and our brain structure means remember repetition, right? Not you take dictionary and you remember page by page vocabulary, but if you can't use while interact with others, then it is a baseless. Then vocabulary is a means noun, adjective, adverb, it is called vocabulary. It is point of my view, right? But student language learner, they always care about vocabulary. They always complain and blame, I don't have much vocabulary. I also tell I don't have much vocabulary because I know little vocabulary, right? Because I cannot remember strong vocabulary. Sometime I remember means 1 or 2 hours or 1 2 days. After 3 days I forget. I cannot use while interact with others, right? That's why vocabulary is a backbone of language, grammar is a backbone of language, and idiom, phrasal verb also backbone of language, and these kind of ingredient required to enhance our language, right? But if you have good fluency, if you have good knowledge about language, but if you don't have vocabulary, then little bit you may be face, right? If you communicate with others, because we don't know which person is a better in English and which person is a beginner in language, right? We don't know them, and if someone interact with us in English, then we have to interact with them in English, right? That's why we have to focus also vocabulary. But first of all, whatever you are seeing around you, that is a noun, right? And if you appreciate someone, or if you means identify others knowledge, that is a means adjective adverb. If I tell you you are an intelligent boy, right? Intelligent is a adjective, right? If I tell you you are a good boy, good is a adjective, right? That's why we have to focus all kind of ingredient, like those kind of language always take time, no one can get overnight. And who are good learner, they learn step by step, they never blame and complain. They know, first of all, when you start learn language, you know about yourself. Language always takes time, no one can get overnight. Then you can learn slowly and gradually, because it will take time. But people always focus output, how to get my fluency, how to improve my vocabulary, and they take dictionary, they watch so many YouTube video, and they collect miss that vocabulary, and they write also, they remember also, they are good at vocabulary, they immediately remember. But while interact with others, if you draft any kind of letter or something, but if you can't use that vocabulary, then how can you remember long time that vocabulary, right? If you interact with the professional people, and they are means fluent speaker, they speak like a native speaker, they are good at English, then definitely you can interact with them and you can use while interact with them. But we cannot get that kind of professional people, we cannot get chance to interact with them, right? That's why we always interact with our level people, right? Who are beginner and fluent speaker, little bit advanced speaker, we interact with them. But while interact with them, we use simple sentences and simple language. That's why they people also, they don't use a strong vocabulary. That is also point of view. But vocabulary, it is point of my view, vocabulary is a noun, adjective, adverb, it is called vocabulary. But while interact with others, we have to observe their mode of talking or speaking, right? And we collect that kind of vocabulary, and if we like, then definitely we remember. Our mind remember repetition, imitation, right? If you repeat same thing continuously daily, then definitely your mind capture that words, and while interact with others your mind provides that words, and your mind make a sentences using that words, right? Then in this kind of ingredient required to enhance our language and vocabulary, it is a not a rocket science, right? Because if you want to learn and remember whole dictionary, then you can do it, right? But it is a better thing. We should not take one dictionary and we try to remember three and five vocabulary per day, right? It is not like that. But while interact with others and we listen podcast, we read books, and we collect that kind of vocabulary, daily uses vocabulary and simple uses vocabulary, then it is a better. Then slowly you can learn advanced vocabulary. First of all, we have to focus simple vocabulary, daily uses vocabulary. And if you are working in any department, then you can learn that kind of official vocabulary. If you, right now you are a student, then you learn according to your education, your subject, your branch. It is a better for you, right? You can understand easily. If you are a means politician, then you learn that kind of your professional life, right? And if you are entrepreneur, then you learn about business language, right? Then we should learn these kind of vocabulary. First of all, whatever we are using at home, then we don't know that vocabulary. Kitchen set, furniture, in electronics materials, right? Then we should know about that also vocabulary. Whatever we see around us, that is a vocabulary. Noun, adjective, adverb, it is called vocabulary. But while interact with others, we have to use regularly, then we can improve our vocabulary. It will take time, right? But we have to focus also regularly, and we have to use. What's your opinion about it? What you think about vocabulary? And anyone they learn per day one vocabulary, that is a good technique. But if you learn and if you don't use while interact with others, then how can you remember that vocabulary? After 2-3 days, immediately we forget any kind of word, any kind of incident. It is a human nature, right? If you remember whole incident, whole bitter incident and good incident, definitely you become a means made, right? That's why it is a means sometime we forget any incident, any kind of painful life, any kind of vocabulary, any kind of language. We learn new thing, right? We explore new thing. That's why it is my opinion, if you learn any kind of vocabulary, then we have to use daily and we interact with others, then that is a better for us. What's your opinion about vocabulary? Tell me. Yeah.